Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. And it is the Tuesday edition of the show. So I'm joined by the returning, you know what I'm saying, fresh off a well-deserved holiday, Mr. Red United TV. You know what I'm saying? Fresh shape up with the beard, fresh shape up with the trim. You know what I'm saying? Looking fly as always. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
me?
Ivorian Spice is in the
Yes,
building. Yes, fam. What you
yes.
saying?
Introduce me like I'm some kind of professional fighter out here. You got me in my red corner. Already like doing all of this. But yes, your boy Ivor and Spice is back. Well, after a well-deserved break, I'll be honest with
Facts.
you. You get me? It's needed sometimes just to rest the mind, rest the body, rest the energy after a season that we just had. Big up to the boys as well. Like, I wasn't here last week to touch up on the match, but we tried, innit? We tried. We tried. We put an effort into it. We stopped City from being City, innit? Whether they decided to. But yes, I'm good, man. After that break, man. So much to talk about, Flawless. We've got so much news. And again, we haven't really got started with our transfer stories and in there because nothing's happened. Nothing's happened with Manchester United. We're still waiting for the big boys to make that drop. We're still waiting for the takeover, boy.
By the way, we gonna get into all of that because obviously big news did break yesterday, and then today conflicting reports came out about that. So not only have we got the ownership, we've got the Kylian Mbappe, him potentially leaving PSG, Manchester United. Obviously, that would be a possible destination if he does indeed leave. Jan Sommer, somebody put in the chat. We've got Min-jae. We got Jaden Sancho, which is actually in the title. Jaden Sancho to Tottenham Hotspur rumors as well. So a lot to discuss as always. But please make sure you hit the like button on the video, people. Hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching live right now or watching this back. Hit the share button as well, please. Make sure you share this across all of the socials. On the top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. So yeah, man, let's share this across the socials. Let's get more people in here. Let's bump up them likes, get us up to 20 likes, people. Nice and early. But we'll start. You know what? We'll start with actually, Ivorian. Like you said, you're returning. Where do you want to? Like I said, there's plenty to talk about, so you can pick a topic and we can discuss and we can go from there pretty much.
We've got the yesterday's takeover. We've got Jaden I'm about to say Jaden Sandwich again. You know what? Yeah, Flawless. Since I've been watching Expression so many times, I've been accidentally saying Jaden Sandwich, Troops' younger brother, and stuff like that. I don't. He put it in me, bro. Like, when a man's not really performing well, you start to disrespect his name. You can't put respect on man's name like the way what's his name wanted respect to put respect on his name. Yeah, because why? He's not performing. He's not performing. And when you stop performing, maybe I can put some respect on man's name in it when I say his name with some respect. But yeah, let's start off with the main title and then we make a way.
All right, Jaden Sancho, the floor is yours.
They're saying Jaden Sandwich. I mean, Jaden Sancho. Sorry.
Sancho.
False habits, guys. Sancho himself. You know what? Yeah. When I saw that news article and I thought to myself, if Tottenham are really interested in Jaden Sancho, yeah. Sorry, this is the last time I'm gonna put some respect. Jaden himself. If they were really interested in
just go Jaden.
I'm looking at the situation with Manchester United, with the striker situation, because of course you've got Tottenham who are being selfish when it comes to Harry Kane. They do not want to share him or they do not want to sell him, which is the truth. But I'm hearing they're also interested in our club captain, Harry Maguire. Doesn't that make a fine deal? Would be like, you know what, you want Sancho, and I'll be very honest with you guys because I said it before. I still feel like we can give him a chance, but at the same time, if a decent offer comes in, Flawless, we all know that if a decent offer comes in, yeah, we're going to look at it. We might consider it. If it's 50 million to 60 million, we will be considering because we paid like 70 to 80 million for him. And again, it's just only like a 10 million lost or 15 million lost at max. We should be considered because from what we've seen so far in the last 2 seasons, let alone that his first season had a manager who chased him for 2 seasons, but did not know what to do with him. And he was hardly getting into the starting 11. And I'll give him the bly because that was under Oli and Ragnick. So that's one of the seasons where, you know what, I let that go because of the manager and the stewardship that he was under. Yeah. But the second season now, where you're supposed to show us who you really are, You haven't. You know, you had a good start at the start of the season and then disappeared and went on holiday mid-season and then came back. And towards the end, you done all right. Which means we should be looking at him, maybe give him a chance one more season. But again, we've seen it and we've mentioned it before. If he doesn't have the PMP, which he seems to be struggling with in the Premier League, it's going to be a struggle. And I don't know what Tottenham been seeing because we all got this. We all been watching the same game. Yeah. I don't know what he can contribute to Tottenham because he requires the same pace and power to perform in the Premier League. So what can he do at Tottenham? But if Tottenham want Jaden Sancho, we definitely need to consider it. Because look, I was this close, you know. Flawless. I was this close.
Just call him Jaden. Just call him Jaden. Just call him Jaden.
Jaden, yeah. If Tottenham really want Jaden, then how about you make that deal where we want Harry Kane? We are in need of a striker. We need Harry Kane, or we want Harry Kane, whichever one. Give us a discount. Take Jaden Sancho. Give us a 50 million cut. I mean, a pay cut where you want somewhere around 100 million. We'll give you 50 million plus Jaden Sancho. Wow. And hopefully we can strike a deal. And if you want an extra 10, 20 million, okay, we'll give you 60 to 70 million plus Sancho. And then that's a deal for us. That's where I can accept it. But I still in belief that we can still afford to give Jaden Sancho another season to see what he really at. Yeah, because I feel like he hasn't given us all, which is the truth. There's still more from this boy. The talent is there, it's evident. There's still work to be worked on. He can still get strong. He can still get the power. The pace is questionable because, you know, you can always get quicker, but you need to work on it. And you can always get stronger, which is true.
You can get sprint coaching. And of course, you can become stronger. Of course, of course. Yeah, without doubt.
So he can still prove that. He can still get stronger and he can get a sprint coach to get him a bit quicker to handle the Premier League. That's why I will say I am the belief that there is still improvement there for Sancho to improve at Manchester United to get to the required level that we want to see. We want to see the Jaden Sancho that we saw in Dortmund, going up against players, finding the spaces, finding the intricate passes as well, the 1-2s, receiving the given goals, and as well finishing and assisting. Under Ten Hag's football, he can. It's just that we don't have the players. So I still believe that there's still an opportunity for Sancho to do well at Manchester United. But if the offer is right now, I will consider it. Again, 50 million to 60 million, I would consider it. And especially if it's a team that we're interested in one of their players and they're interested in our players, there is business to be done there. But again, we're all talking right now, but Manchester United have not sold their club. And I've read reports that they won't entertain any transfers until the takeover was sorted out. So it's just funny how we're being linked to players, and then we got this news about the takeover needs to be resolved before anything. So I don't know what's going on at Manchester United.
I hear exactly what you're saying on the Sancho news. I'm going to give, Sancho rumors, I should say. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the new people. I've started all the best questions, people, so don't worry about that because there's multiple things going on with Manchester United, as always. Not even playing. And there's so much. There's more news now about Manchester United than when we was actually in the season, when we was competing for Premier Leagues, when we was in the Europa League and FA Cup and Carabao Cup, etc., etc. Hey, Dan, man, good to see you here. It's been a minute. We got my guy, Dan. He's needed in United's midfield, to be honest.
Trust me, have you seen the videos, bro?
Yeah, facts, man. That first touch is crisp. Big up you on your Big Six appearance. Held your own again. Hey, love, much appreciated. Make sure you go check that out after this show, people. I was fortunate enough to be on the Big Six again. So shout out to Turkish, the whole Big Six show gang. Even though Turkish only seems to bring me on when it's the worst case scenario. First,
I know, innit?
After we got beat by Sevilla, and then this time when City win the trophy,
literally throwing men under the bus and that, like put me in a sticky situation. Like, why don't you holler at me when we win? You know, when Arsenal lose on top of that. You feel me, flawless.
Yeah, I hear you. But big up Turkish. Make sure you go check out. I need to actually add a playlist on here for my Big Six and Big Six extra appearances as well, which I will do for you lot. Hey, continue to bump up the likes though. Now just under 40 of you lot in the building. Let's get over 50 people in here. Only at 20 likes. Let's double that like check. 1212. Subscribe to the channel as well. And of course, if you super chat, we will get straight to your question, people, or comment if you do indeed super chat. And on top of all those things, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well, people. But in regards to Jaden Sancho, let me state this, like me and Ivorian mentioned it there, we've discussed in depth all season long pretty much about Jaden Sancho and how I'm a fan of Jaden Sancho and how I think Jaden Sancho is a talent, but it's the lack of pace and power. It's just the wrong era for him. It's the wrong league, the wrong team, just at the wrong time. because the talent is there. We've seen how he performed at Dortmund. We've seen in glimpses how he's performed at Manchester United, but it's just not it. And I've said if we get a good offer for him, I would move him on. Do I believe this is true? No. I don't believe that Spurs will offer 50 to 60 million for him. But let's say the offer is true hypothetically. I would 110% take it. Without doubt. Someone offers 50 million or north of 50 million for Jaden Sancho, you take that deal. 110% you take that deal without doubt. Like I said, it's just not going to work out for him here. It's again, I say it all the time, and I had the conversation. Was it yesterday? Yeah, was it on the Man? Yeah, it was the ManDem United podcast yesterday. I did, and I was talking about it's all about pace and power. And I said, take away Manchester City. They're one of the greatest teams we've ever seen, with one of the greatest managers we've ever seen. Take them out of the equation. When you look across Europe, including the Premier League, and you look at all the attacking players that succeed at the highest level. Hear what I'm saying, people? Succeed at the highest level. They are all pace and power. That is one thing they all have in common. Take Manchester City out of it, top level that succeed. I had people naming names and people mention City players and players lower down the table. It's like, no, when you look at them all, so whether it's here, whether it's a Rashford for us, whether it's a Saka, whether you go abroad and we look at a Rafael Leao, Vinicius Jr., the winger at Napoli, I can't pronounce his name, Osherman, the list goes on and on and on and on. It's pace and power. Yes, they have. Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. I really can't. God forbid we sign him. I really can't. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they have other things, people. You need to be, because people act like they don't have sense and be like, well, it's not just pace and power. No, of course, you need technical attributes to go with that. Of course, you need mental attributes to go alongside that. And all of those players I just mentioned do have that. But one thing they all have in common is pace and power. You need to have the ability to run away from people and be. That's why we see Garnacho have the impact he's had. Obviously, he has other things, but what's the two key ingredients in why he's so good? What's the two key attributes he utilizes? He's P&P, quick. You know what I'm saying? Electric, direct. And you seen it even in the FA Cup final, the impact he had coming off the bench. Bear in mind, we weren't playing well. And this is why you see Rashford have his success. This is why you see a Saka, a Martinelli, a Jesus, these Haaland, prime example. It's a reason, yes, Haaland's playing in an amazing teams, but yeah, Stephanie G. That's why I even butchering the names. That's why I'm not with it. You feel me? Like, that's why I was like, yeah. That's why I just say the Napoli winger. You lot know who I'm talking about. Fully aware. All right, let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. You know what? We'll go to the Kylian Mbappe news next. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Big up to RJ. With the Glazers, Manchester United signing Mbappe is not a topic, but let's see what happens in case they have new owners, which would make sense. Because if Mbappe leaves PSG, and let me just start from the top, people, and say, do I believe Kylian Mbappe comes to Manchester United, new owners or not? No. Let me just get out of the way, because someone go pop up in the chat and say it's not going to happen. I agree with you, but we're talking here hypothetically. Hypothetically, we are one of the few destinations. When you're talking that much money in terms of a transfer fee and you're talking of wages, there's a handful of clubs. One of them is Real Madrid, 110%. Another one is Chelsea. Another one is Manchester United. Could probably argue Newcastle. He's at one in PSG. That's pretty much it. So you're looking at 3-4 clubs. So I personally think behind Real Madrid, it's us. But Chelsea can also do that. Newcastle could potentially do it as well. But is he really going to go to Newcastle? So you're looking at 3. But I'd be over. Anyone who's watched me for any length of time knows Kylian Mbappe is my dream signing. That's why I don't think it will happen. We will not get new Sheikh Jassim, new owners, and Kylian Mbappe. They're my 2 dream things to happen at this football club. So if we get 2 of them in one window, in one summer, I don't think it happens. But your thoughts? What are you saying about the Kylian Mbappe news?
When I saw this news this morning, I mean, just not long ago as well, on Twitter, I was smiling for a reason, because, of course, where are they getting this linked from? Because, again, we are being chased by Sheikh Jassim, and we're hearing that there could be a potential news on who takes over Manchester United, and if it happens to be Qatar, as the news was stating yesterday, this will be a good marquee signing for the Qatar to state that, yeah, we are here, we're Qatar, we're here to make big moves. And of course, the Qatar's also own PSGs, you know, they've got their own PSG. And what it makes business sense for them to transfer one of their players to Manchester United to further and put themselves on the map, because Manchester United, in my opinion, and everyone else's opinion, are a commercially bigger club than PSG. We sell more tickets, we sell more shirts, we can command a fee for our training ground for the highest fee in terms of sponsorship. If we was to put Old Trafford's name up for sponsorship, up for sale, I'm very sure it will be probably the most expensive sponsorship that will take over for the replacement of the name. So I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at that thinking makes sense, but in reality, Kylian Mbappe rejecting his dream move to go Real Madrid instead. To go to Manchester United instead of going to Real Madrid, I don't see that happening. The guy's got himself a poster of Ronaldo in his kid's bedroom from when he was young. Him with a picture of him in a Real Madrid jersey. The guy, that's his dream move to Real Madrid. So I don't see him rejecting his dream move unless the money must be ridiculous. And again, he did prove that last season when he signed that new contract with PSG, because money was talking. For Manchester United, in terms of making it financial sense, I'm looking at his wages. It's astronomically high, Flawless. It's almost close to $1 million per week.
Jesus.
Can Manchester United match that?
Because $1 million a week,
close to $1 million per week with PSG. He's on high.
There's no way he's on $1 million.
High wage. I'm gonna.
No way he's on $1 million a week. No way they paying him $1 million a week. No.
Almost close to $1 million. Wages.
How close? What, 800K, 700K? No, there's no way he's on that. No way he's on
893,000 a week.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't think he's on 800K a week.
Yeah,
I don't.
72 million euros a season.
I think with endorsements and stuff like that, that will rise up. But I don't think
you don't remember. You remember the president of Real Madrid wanting to report them to FIFA because of this is an outrage. This is what's it called? This is pure theft. How can they offer a player of this much of money? Blah blah. This and that. They're willing to take them to FIFA. He is on. See, look at the chat. The group chat's telling you.
Yeah, the chat's saying that too. I know.
Chat saying it, bro. Google it, bro. It's there, bro. There's nothing to hide.
All right, that takes
that's a lot.
And indeed the case, that then just reinforces the fact of what I was saying about very few clubs being able to sign him. But go on, carry on.
But yeah, that's actually
then bonuses and everything. Yeah, it's not basic. There's no way. That's what I'm saying. There's no way it's 800K basic, because then it would be over $1 million with like bonuses, like goal bonuses, assist bonuses, appearance fees, all that type of stuff. If they win anything, but yeah,
I know PSG. They're offering him a ridiculous amount for him to stay. I reckon they were paying that much. In top of that, maybe bonuses included or not included in that wage. They can pay that fee, and they're paying astronomically high fees for Kylian Mbappe to stay. I remember Real Madrid complaining, saying they were going to take them to FIFA. But back to the news. Again, Manchester United would have to break their wage structure, because of course the group is already acting up like the fact that Sancho's on 350K. What a waste of money. The fact that David De Gea is on 350K a week, what a waste of money. When Ronaldo came here, he was on 450,000 a week, close to 500 a week, depending on whether he was in the Champions League or not. You remember the fee, the wages that that guy that flop, Alexis Sanchez himself, was on, close to 500K, and a lot of fans complain about it. So Manchester United can afford the wages.
Oh yeah, we could definitely afford the wages.
It's not a problem.
Because the thing is, not only could we afford the wages, with the amount of players we're gonna let go, that clears our wage budget anyway. And we did that last summer. We cleared a lot of big
up Jess as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Ronaldo. You had Jesse Lingard. You had who else left last season?
Pogba left last season.
Who else? There's more. I'm actually forgetting one.
Cavani was on good money as well.
That's six. That's six big earners right there. I'm saying that's big. That's massive earners. Like, yeah, but go on, carry on.
So yeah. I know that Manchester United can break the barriers and bring him in. The fee is interesting. It depends on whether the Qatar comes in and take over. But again, it's all like, for example, to me, they're flirting with our feelings. They're flirting with our minds. They're teasing us, like, because we all out here saying, you know what, the perfect signing will be Kylian Mbappe. Whether he can play in the left, right, or the center, it will be a dream signing for all of us, because it just tells us that, okay, these people mean business. They want us to be back as soon as possible. Yeah, we can go for it. But I will entertain the thoughts of it. You You can flirt with me. You can seduce me with all of this news. I'm all up for this, you know, because at the end of the day, it brings hope.
Oh,
You know, even though I know that even though I know that it won't happen, but it brings hope, man. So let's see. Let's see what the timeline is saying. But if you ask me, yes, I want it to happen.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Like Fabrizio
100%.
said, we'll see what the owners are saying. Because I believe that there's a deal to be done, especially that involves Qatar. And they want that. They want that.
Hey, yo, Stephanie, relax. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone in the chat. Wild. Hey, now
Yes,
just under
Stephanie.
50 of you lot in here. Let's share this across the socials. Let's get over 50 people in here. We're at 28 likes. Girls up to 40 likes, people. Come on, let's do this expeditiously. Girls up to 40 likes, people. Girls up to 40 likes. And hit the subscribe button as well. We're at 6,807. 3 more subscribers we're looking for. Girls to 6,810 people. And subscribe to Ivorian's channel. The link's in the title, people. Red United TV. So click the link. We'll open up a new tab. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel and also find all of his other socials as well. But yeah, with the Kylian, it would make sense if we were to sign new owners for us to be interested in him. And like I said, we're one of the few actual destinations because we can afford everything. Like in terms of the transfer fee, whatever that may be, the wages, because we know they're going to be huge wages, and we can do that, and it fits. And the people talking about, oh, where would he play? Left wing. What are we doing here?
Right wing.
What are we doing here? People, I've defended Rashford this season. I think he's had a very, very, very good season this season. But this is Kylian Mbappe we're talking about. I don't understand the conversation about this. Let me just reiterate this. This is Kylian Mbappe we are talking about, people. If he is available and you are not at the top of the tree and the top of your game, you sign him. Very similar to how I spoke about Neymar and him being a player to level you up. Mbappe is that plus more, because not only does he play more than Neymar, I mean, he comes with less cons than Neymar does. He's also much younger as well, so he could get better. He has potentially not reached his ceiling. We may not see him. People say, "Oh, well, he's just gonna go Madrid in 2-3 years." Cool. What could he win you in that 2-3 years? The same way we had Cristiano Ronaldo for just 6 years. And look what Cristiano Ronaldo won us in his initial stint. We three-peated Champions League. Sure, there's FA Cups in there, League Cups, etc., etc. So why would you not want that? Just because I believe he would leave. He'd probably be here max 4 years if we were to sign him hypothetically. But what could you win in that 4 years, people? It's like, this is killer. Oh, where would he play? Up top, and then you put Rashford in through the middle. What are we doing? Because yes, Rashford has his deficiencies as a centre forward, but guess where all the attention's going to be from defenses we play against? Kylian Mbappe. Rashford has more space and has less eyes on him to do more. Because Kylian, we've seen England-France game's a prime example. England put 3 players on him. England put 3. That's the type of respect that he commands, and is deservedly so. But he creates more space. And when I say he creates more space, I'm not talking about his runs and, you know what I'm saying, him dropping short or him spinning in behind or him interchanging. I'm talking just in general. He creates more space for all your other attacking players. So Rashford, Anthony, Bruno, whoever else we sign as well for those forward areas. And also he would lift the entire team.
Absolutely.
Because of the level he has. And it also lifts the entire club. It lifts the fans. Imagine if we do sign him, that first game he's at Old Trafford. That place is going to be absolutely bouncing, in particular with new owners. Like, this is a new lease of life. Like, what are we talking about here, people? What are we doing? And also, it puts the rest of the Premier League on notice, like, oh shit, United mean business. We're serious. They're serious. Again, people, I'm saying all this. Do we sign him? No, I don't think it happens. However, people questioning it is crazy. I wonder if people actually want what's best for Manchester United, or they want what's best for their favorite players.
No, they want what some fans, they just want what's best for their favorite players, because I still got people telling me that they want David De Gea to say because he's one of their favorite players. You know, the amount of mistakes he's made, you know, which you've probably got a catalog version of the mistakes that David De Gea has been making, because he's been making mistakes since the moment he trained us till this day. You know that, Flawless. David De Gea has been making mistakes from the day he trained us till this day. You get me? That's a good 11 years, bro. You get me? So yeah, they will champion that nonsense instead of us, and they will tell you that I want Manchester United to improve. I want Manchester United to improve, but you're telling us to keep your favorite players and letting us regress and preventing us to improve just for the sake of your favorite player to stay.
Facts.
And play in that position. Like, how do you want Manchester United to improve?
100% facts.
Mhm.
People are crazy with it. I really don't understand it or don't get it whatsoever. I don't get it. Flawless, we literally talked about this yesterday. Haha. But would you take Mbappe or Neymar now from Chicago? I'd take either. Obviously, Mbappe would be over, but if Mbappe wasn't available and Neymar is, then it was. I hear the pros and cons to both of them, in particular Neymar, but we are chasing down Manchester City. And even if we were to sign either of one of these players, we still need more. Like, they're not the final piece of the jigsaw, but new owners with an Mbappe, you still need more players. Or new owners with Neymar, you still need more players. So I don't get it. Like, I would fully go and get an Mbappe. Like, what are we doing here? Like, people talk about big names. Casemiro's a big name. Look at the impact he had. Casemiro's a big name. He's one of the biggest. He's probably, in terms of profile, like the most well-known DM. The power of Real Madrid's like sides that three-peat in the Champions League. What are we doing here?
And Manchester United need another genuine world-class player because we hardly have any. We're looking at only Casemiro in our squad. The only and Rafael Varane are the only genuine world-class players who've done something, you know. I'm not going to put Bruno in that mix because he hasn't delivered or hasn't proven anything to me for me to tell you that guy is world-class, because world-class players, they show up in the big moments, you know. They don't just cave in when it really matters and push the assistant referee because they can't handle the heat. That's what I mean. The difference is, yeah, you can score a penalty against Man City, but that's your first time or second time you scored in the big games. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, Manchester United genuinely need that marquee signing, that genuine worker player that lifts them up, because we lost out on Pogba, we lost out on Ronaldo's as a marquee signing or a figure. All we have now is just Casemiro and Varane holding on the fork. So up front, we need one. We need that. And big up.
You said him and Rashford don't work, in my opinion. Swap them. No, I wouldn't swap them. That's
a lie.
Because then, go on, Ivorian.
Great players know how to play with each other. They'll find a way. They'll figure it out. It's football at the end of the day.
But even if they don't figure it out, like, what better to have Mbappe on the pitch and Rashford off the bench?
Yeah.
And have a Garnacho off the bench. This is what we want, don't we? Want, as Manchester United fans, strength and depth. Bringing a Rashford off the bench is incredible squad depth because we have a Kylian Mbappe in front. Or if Rashford's in hot form and Mbappe's off the bench, whichever. The thing is, I'm not with this. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why not both? Manchester City don't have that issue. Look at there's always quality players on their bench. So why can't we do the same? I don't understand that. Whether they work together or not, have both. And they can both fight for the left-hand side then. That's what they can do, which is good. Don't we want competition for places? We
want that problem as well. We want that problem at the end of the day.
To have. Imagine me and you could be sitting here doing a ManDem United and we're like, who's going to play left wing this week in this game coming up on the weekend, Mbappe or Rashford? That's exactly. And then adding in Garnacho into the mix as well. They're great options to have. Why can't we have great options? Give the manager selection headaches. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather be swinging with fellow Manchester United fans about who stood on the left, whether it's Rashford or Mbappe, comparing to swinging for Ollie in and Ollie out situations, bruv. There's no comparison, bro. I rather complain about that.
What was the debating who should play on the wing? Is it Dan James or Pereira?
Yeah, get me. We are arguing for that. I rather argue about whether it's going to be Rashford or Neymar or
quality. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is it should be
a better argument to have.
Yeah, Broderick says that's expensive competition, possibly combined 700k per week for one position. So be it. It's expensive competition, but it's competition. Someone gonna miss out. Bear in mind, I'm not saying they can't work together, because I think it could, but I'm saying hypothetically, let's say it's not the best, figure it out. Why can't we have? Because if Rashford and Mbappe were elsewhere, we'd be saluting that team and saying, what great depth. We salute Manchester City all the time about the depth they have. Yeah. We don't have these conversations about them. Why is it a money thing? Who cares if it's 700k?
Who cares? And at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, all Manchester United fans, it's not your money, fam. It's Manchester United's problem. You're not paying the wages.
Talk about wages.
I don't get. You don't wake up. Your bank account is saying 700 million. You know, of Manchester United's account. You don't wake up with that option. It is Manchester United's money. Let them deal with the finances. Yes, we're fans. We care about Manchester United keeping afloat. But bro, it's been 10, 11 years and they still got that same situation that they've had with the depth. Let them deal with it, bro.
Because guess what? If we had that
it.
and we're winning trophies, no one ain't talking about their wages.
No one is.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody, when Manchester United have been successful, no one were talking about wages. I'm saying when we were winning Premier Leagues, no one was talking about wages and how much this player on the bench was and how much money this player on the bench was on, or this squad player or this. Nobody went talking about no wages or anything of that nature. But now all of a sudden it's a conversation. Why? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Big up to Lewis as well for the raid. Everyone who's just landed from the raid, make sure you hit the like button as soon as you lot land. We're only at 34 likes. Girls up to 50 likes, people. Hit the subscribe button if you are indeed new as well. Please keep all your comments, all your questions Manchester United related, because this is the ManDem United podcast. And to Jason, continuing on the Mbappe topic, says Mbappe tweeted the news about wanting to leave is false. I think it's cap though. The thing is though, he didn't actually say he wanted to leave. He said he didn't want to sign a new deal. And then PSG came out and said, well, if he's not signing a new deal, his contract runs out in 2024. We don't want to lose him on a free. So we'll have to cash in on him now, which makes sense. Which again, then makes Manchester United or Real Madrid or Chelsea or whoever approaching PSG about Mbappe, you're negotiating from the position of power. That's why I said I'd offer 80 million. You either take this 80 M's or lose him on a free. We'll just talk to him in January.
Yeah, simple as.
That's exactly what I'd say to him. Obviously, it probably won't go that way, but that's how I would do it. Yeah, I'd offer 110%. I'd offer 80 million. All right, we'll just talk to him in January. So we'll talk to him in 6 months without you, which you can do because he would have 6 months left on his deal. But yeah, we absolutely. Yimika says, big up Flawless. You or anyone in the chat monitoring the Manchester United stocks, Qatar, and we put the flag emoji. I'm not, but somebody in the chat definitely is. I am not monitoring the stocks, though, because I'm not going to lie to you lot and say I understand stocks and what's going on. But nah, he didn't raid with a party or two. You tripping out of context. The numbers just we just added 100. But yeah, I'm not monitoring stocks. Yeah, go on. What are you saying, fam?
Yeah, no. Again, I read that yesterday, and of course I don't look at stocks or anything like that. But if they're using it as to indicate, oh, something interesting is going to happen at Manchester United, or why did the stock raise by what 10, 20% all of a sudden because we're hearing that the Qatar's coming in, then let it be. But I know nothing about stocks, man. I take no interest in that because why? I'm not going to buy any stocks at Manchester United anytime soon. So we'll see what happens, man. But it's interesting to know that our stock has risen because, of course, it went down not long ago. The moment the Glazers said they were going to sell, it went up and then it went down not long ago. So we'll see what happens in it. Like, I don't think it indicates anything, in my opinion.
Facts, exactly. That's why I don't really pay it too much mind. And like I say, big up everyone that's tapped in. Now over 140 of you lot in the building. Only at 43 likes, man. Girls up to 60 likes, people. Girls up to hit that like button as soon as you land. Subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure you subscribe to King Lou's channel as well. The link underneath in the description for Lewis's channel, as always. And no, Mount is not coming to Manchester United. You know how that's all gone quiet because you lot want too much money for him. So that's your lookout. So we ain't paying no money for Mount. We'll leave that to you lot, you jokers. Where else are we gonna
It's funny how Chelsea fans just be out here offering Mason Mount, like a man that's out here offering his girl just to get rid of his girl. Like, bro, do you want my girl, fam? She can cook and everything, bro.
Yeah, she can cook.
Do you want her? Like you're thinking, yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Why you keep offering me your girl?
You know the gal's annoying. That's what
it is. Wrong.
You know she's annoying.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know she's annoying.
You know, shows you're happy for us to take Mount off. It's weird.
Yes. Also, as well, this is from Fabrizio Romano. Sorry, my laptop moving a bit slow, people. Bear with me. I don't know why that's moved slow like that. Why is this not popped up?
Just check if you got anything else open up. Maybe just over.
Yeah, I might just close it down.
Your CPU. So just close anything that's open on the side as well. Maybe your CPU just over.
What is Man United remain on the market for a new goalkeeper in any case because we've been linked with, and this is that's from Fabrizio Romano.
Diogo Costa
in the chat, and then Jack's put United ready to rekindle their interest in Jan Sommer as well. So your thoughts on this news that it seems Manchester United do remain on the market for a new goalkeeper? And De Gea, to my knowledge, has still not signed a new deal, correct?
Absolutely has not signed a new deal, especially for the performance that he gave us on that FA Cup. I mean, in that FA Cup final on a Saturday. Absolutely, we should be stopping it and put everything on hold regarding David De Gea because again, mistakes were made leading to those 2 goals. You can ignore it. You can choose to ignore it, but I am not, especially the second goal. we have to revalue the situation because we can't offer someone an extraordinary amount of money like 250k if he was to take a pay cut. I'm not saying it will be 250k. I'm just giving an example because he's on 350 right now, and he's at the age where he's past his best. David De Gea's past his best. He doesn't meet the requirement that we want for a modern goalkeeper in the Premier League who can play out from his feet. So yes, we haven't heard any news, and I hope it continues to be like that. And Manchester United should be looking at other goalkeepers at the moment, because if that final wasn't enough for you to make a decision, you know what? I can't trust this guy to be my number one goalkeeper, because again, another situation took place, the Seville game, where he made plenty of errors and mistakes, and that there was a very good warning. But there's been warnings before that, Flawless, even the season beforehand, when he was making mistakes leading to goals and etc. under Oli and under Ragnick, and the season before that, like Jose Mourinho's last season as well. So there are evidence that David De Gea has not improved with his feet, maybe by a little bit, but we need to look at other goalkeepers right now, because he cannot be a starting goalkeeper next season. Like, you can't be satisfied with that. The guy's got a limit, and the fact that he can't even get into his own national team. Sorry, the fact that he can't even get onto his...
Carry on.
No problem, first. I'm gonna hold it down. Yes, as I was saying, guys, the fact that my man can't even hold down his own starting, he can't even hold on a place in the national team, and they're going everywhere else but him himself. Spain have had scrubs playing in goal for them, but they will ignore David De Gea. Even if David De Gea himself has had some good matches for Manchester United, they'll still choose to ignore him, because why? He doesn't have the fundamentals. He doesn't have the capacity to be the Spanish goalkeeper number one, because he made those mistakes. Everyone remembers in the World Cup that he played, the Ronaldo free kick, the easy goals that he let in as well. Like, let's not forget that David De Gea has been making mistakes for the club. He's been making mistakes for his country as well. Even when we came to selling him, a mistake was made with the fax machine. The guy's been involved and surrounded with mistakes throughout his whole career, guys. So yeah, I will urge Manchester United himself, and you guys can probably agree with me from what you've seen, unless you're a David De Gea sexual and you love him so much because of sentiment and because he won 3 or 4 player of the years for Manchester United, all tight you. But if you want Manchester United to prevail, to progress, put that contract on hold until you sign a new goalkeeper. And then once you sign that goalkeeper, then you can have that contract talk, whether to be telling him, you know what, David De Gea, we love you, we like you, you've been here for a very long time, you're part of the furniture, you're part of the family, but how about this amount and your second choice? That's after we sign our goalkeeper. Let's be real, because again, I'm about being ruthless. I'm about ruthless aggression and get rid of the sentiment, bro. Like, let's not be sentimental because this guy's been here for 10 years. Oh, he was our best goalkeeper for 3 or 4 seasons. He used to be the best goalkeeper in the world. No, like, let's get rid of sentiment. We're just about making things right now, and to strive to be the best, you can't be sentiment to everyone. You have to be rude, ruthless, and sometimes you need to know when to say no.
Facts.
You're at the top of the game. The only time you can consider sentiment is when you're at the top of the game and you're like, you know what?
But that's how you get comfortable and complacent.
Yeah.
You notice that with City. You know what I'm saying? Pep got rid of Cancelo halfway through a season.
Yeah.
Ruthless. You know what I'm saying? One of your best.
Even though at the top, they were like, you know what? Maybe we can think about this.
That's it. 110%. Just says here, Fabrizio did tweet that he's close to signing a new deal, but Qatar still trying to get him. Yeah, people in the chat, this is news to me. What is there a Qatari team interested in De Gea? I missed this. Somebody let me know. That is news to me.
Oh, I think that was a couple of days ago. Some Al Hilal or Al something are interested in probably offering a deal. And I remember this because I remember Benny McCarthy coming out as well, speaking to the Athletic, as well, saying that it would be a crime if Manchester United was to let go of David De Gea, which was last week, and he was linked to a club in Saudi. So let's see what those options. Let's see the options anyway. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. And Emma, I do like this. This is true. She says we've been looking at keepers all season if reports are correct, and I like that. I like the fact that this has been a constant thing. As much as I don't want to see De Gea sign a new deal, we need someone to come in and challenge him. We need someone to challenge to take that shirt, because if I agree with Ivorian, if Manchester United are to move forward, we need a new goalkeeper. 110% we need a new. If De Gea stays and he's number 2, cool. I don't care if he's the number 2 and he's on, let's say it's 250K a week, for example, whatever the wage may be. Don't care about the wage. Is the team performing? Because the team performing is nothing to do with the wages of the players. It has no bearing whatsoever. Zero. Nobody talks about how much Manchester City players are on. You know why? Because they perform highly. How much Haaland or De Bruyne is on never gets discussed. No, you know why? Because them man perform. Same way Manchester United teams previously, when they've been successful, nobody talks about wages. It's a non-factor. These players are just not good enough. Don't matter about wages. It doesn't. Big up to Eddie every single time. He says, so we're linked to Jan Sommer. We ain't signing him to challenge you there to take that number 1 spot. Hey, I'm with that, Eddie. I'm not watching Jan Sommer like that to say whether he's good enough or he's not, but I just want a new goalkeeper of quality. So if it's a Jan Sommer, if it's a Costa, if it's a Mike Mignon, if it's a Onana from Inter Milan, whoever, go get a new goalkeeper. Go and get a new goalkeeper. Yeah, man, he'll never. Yeah, De Gea was just like, he's just a more old school goalkeeper. Like, goalkeepers have now evolved in what they need to do. If you put De Gea in the 90s or the early 2000s, fine. But now in 2023, your goalkeeper has to do more, and De Gea is just not it. Like, it's a wrap. It is.
Absolutely. You know,
before we move on, continue to bump up the likes. Still way over 100 of you lot in here. Only at 55 likes though. Get us up to 70 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Hit the subscribe button as well, people. And don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. And if you super chat, I will get straight to your question, and myself and Ivorian will discuss whatever you have asked. We're currently at 6,808. We're looking for 2 more subscribers. There's over 120 of you lot in here. We're looking for 2 more subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, people. What are we doing, man? Get us to 6,810 people. But yeah, I'm fully on board with De Gea leaving, without doubt, man. Needs to go. Yeah, so Haaland's on 375K a week, never gets mentioned. You know what I'm saying?
He's on big P's. No one talks
about it. All right,
here
we go. Elias says the wages are important when players do not live up to expectations. I would gladly pay 700K wages for Mbappe. You're proving my point, no. You'd gladly pay 700K for Mbappe because you believe he delivers. My point is, if Sancho was delivering at a high level, nobody's talking about his wages. To me, it's an empty fact. It's an empty statement. Because if he was performing like that on 50K a week, I'd still be annoyed. I don't get more annoyed because he's on more money. Hear what I just said, people. If Jaden Sancho was on 50K a week, I would still be unhappy with his performances. I would still sell him if a good offer came in. I never talk about wages, our players' wages and what he's on. I criticize Bruno Fernandes. Never once have I mentioned how much money he's on. Because it don't matter if it's 20K or 200K. He's not good enough. He's not performing to a certain level. De Gea is the same. Like, I don't get this wage thing. Like, all right, so if he's on 80K, that makes it okay for him to perform poorly. Of course, you expect better if man's on more money, but it's about performing to a level. Like, what are we doing? I don't get this. I'm lost. That's just me, though. That is just me. Right, let's see what else you lot are saying as well. More. I'm sorry, I'm swear down, Ivorian, I don't get it. So if Sancho was on 80K a week, it'd be okay for him to perform the way he's performing. Does that make it okay?
Play shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay
no, it doesn't.
to perform poorly.
Like, if you're getting paid by a club, you need to perform.
Perform regardless of your wage. Yes, we expect more from you if you're, and we'll be more critical, but his performances have been poor even if he was on 80K a week. What are we doing? He's not delivered. Same way with Mbappe. Whether he came in and he was on 20K or he was on 500K that week, perform. But
absolutely. Which I'm with you on that.
I really don't. Warrior J here says couple things on Kim Min-jae. Says Kim Min-jae is all set to join Manchester United from July the 1st. He is expected to be a Manchester United player once they pay his €60 million release clause. The defender has accepted a contract offer. The defender has accepted a contract offer worth $9 million a year. All right, we gonna see.
Interesting.
Let me get to this as well from King Juice. Big up for the super chat, my guy. Big up my guy King Juice, who says, "Big up, bro. If the Sheikh buys the club, would you rather spend 150 million on Mbappe or build squad depth, especially the midfield? Both. I was to sign Mbappe if we're able, but we also need to improve in other areas and improve the midfield first team and improve the depth overall. So to answer your question, both. Either or I'd be unhappy about. If we just signed Mbappe, I'd be annoyed. If we just built the squad in terms of depth, I'd be unhappy. No, like do both if they're both available. If you can sign Mbappe, do it. I'll let you respond to this.
Absolutely, like if the Sheiks are buying Manchester United, there's enough money in the pot to do everything, to do both, to spend that money on a marquee signing, which is Kylian Mbappe, to come in to boost our morales and everything. But as well, there will be enough money to improve the squad depth. And not the squad depth, not the squad depth in midfield, the squad depth in up front, and also the squad depth in defense. As long as the Qatar takes over, then I know that we'll have enough money to do everything. It depends. If Ratcliffe came over here, I probably think that we only have money to either buy Mbappe or improve the depth of our midfield. Is one or the other. But knowing the guy that's coming in who's got the bank, who bankrolls a lot of things, we know we can do everything, including improving the stadium at the same damn time, you know?
Both. Yeah. But King Juice, big up for the super chat as well. And where was he at? Yeah. Kim Min-jae. So reports are saying that Manchester United are looking to do that deal. I've not seen any reports. Let us know any sources in the chat, people, in regards to it. But I've spoken on the Kim Min-jae thing. I'm all for it. The defenders accepted a contract worth $9 million a year. Yeah, man. The Kim Min-jae, I like that. Like I've stated before, great price. Like the profile of the player. Has played in Serie A, played in the Champions League, won Serie A, played in a World Cup. So he's experienced football at the highest level. So yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. What are you saying about Kim Min-jae?
I have nothing bad to say about the player. I cannot be against the player that's got one of the highest passing completion for in Serie A, over 92%. If you look at, and as well, second in terms of players dribbled pass, which was Aaron Wan-Bissaka coming first with 92% dribbles take on, and as well at the same time Kim Min-jae coming second towards him. And that just means to me that if we have those two players, our right side is on lockdown, bro. You're gonna be locked up and they won't let you out, like the way Akon's been singing that song. It would be definitely, bro. If you got the best 1v1 defender on the right hand side, yeah, which nobody can go past. You know, the only person that can probably pass through is probably Jesus and probably God himself. But on the other side, next to him playing right centre back, Kim Min-jae, who also is difficult to go past. Yeah, you're not doing anything. Just the left hand side. I mean, the right hand side is a lockdown. I don't care who you are. You can be Kylian Mbappe. You can be whoever you want. Which the best football player. You can be Jude Bellingham. You are not going past that right hand side. So, and on top of that, he's quick as well, and he can read the game and aggressive. So I cannot say no to a defender who is strong in the air, who can read the game, who can pass from the back and carry the ball forward as well, and as intelligent and quick, strong. I said it all. What you want from a defender, a centre back himself, and probably a leader as well at the same time. There's no way I can say no to that, you know, and someone that can as well complement Martinez as well. And on top of that, you know, Martinez is also a militant man, and you got Kim Min-jae is going to do some military service. You need a defense, bro. Men who served in the military, who's got that killing mentality as well, and search and destroy mentality. You get me? You need that in defense. Can you imagine that? Kim Min-jae, Martinez. It's a problem for the whole 90 minutes, bro.
You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up, fam, a little bit.
Sorry.
It's cool.
There's one that's ready to kill you because he's military trained, and one that's called a butcher who's ready to butcher you up. You ain't doing anything, bro. That defense would be strong. So I'm definitely up for this Kim Min-jae. It's the funny thing is that they say the fee won't be ready in terms of the release clause in July. We're not in July yet. There's no way we're making deals right now. There's no point of this believing this news that we probably had agreed personal terms. We can agree personal terms, but we haven't reached any fee, and that fee won't be available until July. We all know that. So we'll see what happens. And then there's Newcastle who are interested. Just let me know.
I think just move the mic away from your mouth a little bit. That's all.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I've got
that's
this
all
high
well and
pitch
good.
up and down voice,
Yeah, it's all good, fam. It's all good. So yeah, with Kim Min-jae, and like I say, it's good competition for Varane. So whether he starts, Varane starts, and you had Martinez, you had Shaw, you had Lindelof. Like I've stated before, that's a good 5 as well. Onto the ownership as well. Let me see where this is. Did I even start anything? Well, anyway, reports came out today stating that the news that came out from Qatar was inaccurate. Who knows at this point? Like I said, all we can do is report on the reports. And I did state that during the doing the most stream we was talking about. I was like, it would make no sense that a newspaper his dad part owns and Sheikh Jassim. When I say that, Sheikh Jassim's pop's part owns to put out that information. But who knows, people? Like I said, innit? I think there's something to it. I just think a lot of people, and it was great having Ahmed on the show, a lot of people just don't want it to happen. For various reasons. One, people don't want Manchester United with that type of money and that type of clout. People don't want that first and foremost. Secondly, some people are just anti-Qatar. Because that's the crazy part, is people act like it's Qatar buying it, and it's like, yo, it's Sheikh Jassim. But people always refer to it as, yo, the country Qatar. Could they have that influence? Yes, but it's Sheikh Jassim. It's not the entire country, it's him. And people are just against it because they're fearful of Manchester United potentially getting back to the top. 110%. They are fearful of that and don't want that to happen. So people are going to hate on it. Like I said, we had Ahmed on it, hating on it. Anytime there's any pro Sheikh Jassim news, he wants to pour water on it. But as soon as it's Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he wants to run with it. And that's just a prime example, people. There's many people like Ahmed, rival fans of other clubs, who don't want Manchester United to get Sheikh Jassim. That's why I take it all with a pinch of salt. That's why I've not been sat here in the attire yet. I'm saying I've not put on the Arab attire because I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on news. But one thing I did like about the news is it came for Qatar. I've said that before.
And the
I
funny
like
thing
that it came from
is,
Qatar.
they don't want us to win. They just don't.
Of course,
want
they don't want us to win. Facts.
Like DJ Khaled.
Facts.
They don't want us to win.
Nah. Facts.
They know if we get Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe, we're back in the same situation that we was in on the same situation on the Glazers. Just another leech coming in, probably going to make the investment. Yes, we're going to buy some players, but we're not going to make heavy investment into squad, the first team squad, into the stadium or into the training pitch. They know that we'll still be what's it called, handicapped, because we've got the Glazers there as well. But when they find out that the Qatar wants them, they know that, oh my God, all things are possible with this team. We're already rich. We're going to be richer. It's a difference.
Yeah, facts,
you know?
Facts. Yeah,
that's the problem that they will face. They'll be like, oh my God, because we're handicapped from the depths. And most of the time, the dividends goes to the Glazers. So we can't really spend the money that we really make. But if we get the opportunity to spend the money that we make, because it's evident that Manchester United grows the most money out of all football clubs, 700 million turnover a year, higher than Real Madrid's turnover, and we can't spend that money. We got the money, but we just don't see it. Have you ever seen someone that's super rich but you don't see it? You're like,
facts.
Your house is big and everything, but your fridge is empty, bro. Your bank account is like, what's going on? Like, you look like you have money, but you don't have money. That's Manchester United for us. We look like we have money, but we don't have money, bro. Our roof is leaking. That's how you know we don't have money. It's been 10 years and we haven't fixed that. We've got the same swimming pool that Ronaldo left and came back to it, and it's the same jacuzzi or swimming pool. Did you get me? So yeah, man, they will be seen as raw. We're going to be a threat. We're going to be super rich, endless amount of money. We can buy whoever we want without no problems. And they don't want that. They just don't want us to win, Flawless. They
don't want us to win. And that's why, like I said, I take what rivals say with a pinch of salt, and I take all the reports like with a pinch of salt. Like I said yesterday, the news, the fact that it came from Qatari sources and it was from Qatar reporters, should I say, and Qatari outlets, that's what gave me, I was like, all right, this is a step in the right direction. The stock is going up as well. I like that. You know what I'm saying? And that, yeah, Eddie, you wilding with that. But let's hope again that it is Sheikh Jassim. But with the reports coming, let me know in the chat. Let me know, where did the reports come from saying the reports was fake or the reports was inaccurate? If anybody actually knows, because I tried to search this on Twitter and there's so many different things being said by so many different people. You don't know who's credible and who's not. In particular from Qatar, I don't know who's credible and who's not. I legit don't know. But we will see. We will find out soon enough, because hopefully this deal's coming to a close shortly. Let me see if I can actually find anything. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Bear with me. Let me see what's what. What you say? What do you think will happen? Talk to me, Ivorian.
This takeover, I still feel like it's gonna drag all the way to the moment the transfer window opens. Like, cause this Glazers, they're taking the piss. They're taking the piss. I don't know if they're waiting for the end of the years so they can take their dividends out just before they sell, because of course June is still about to be complete and the transfer window opens up. Because I remember, if for those who play Football Manager, the end of year dividends gets issued out at the end of June, before the transfer window opens, so they can declare all their finances. So in my opinion, in my mind, I'm thinking they're probably waiting for June to end so they can get their money, get the dividends on top of the money that they will get from selling the club if they do sell the club partial or full sell. So that's what I think, man. I think they're waiting until the end because, bro, I said it before on my last week's stream, and I posted it on my Instagram. Like, you've been up for sale for 7 months. It should nowhere near take 5 bids. You know, the first bid, the second bid, okay, I can accept that. The third bid should be the final straw. But the fifth, you got them to bid 5 times. You know, like Booker T out here doing 5 times, 5 bids,
5
5 bids.
WCW
It's a crime. It's a scam. It's like, bro, are you trying to scam us? Because 7 months ago, when it was close to Christmas time, like I said before, it was one of the best Christmas presents, early Christmas presents that we can ever get, that mentioned out for sale, and they're actually going to sell. 7 months later, we feel like we've received coal for Christmas. You know, a Christmas present turned into coal, because this ain't going to happen. And if it ends up with the fact that they get Jimmy Ratcliffe, bro, they've conned us. They've scammed us. You know, this is worse than, what's it called? Money heist, bruv. Do you get me? It's a proper scam and it's a proper con. Like, can you imagine all this time, 7 months? You've been waiting 7 months, and all of a sudden you bring in Ratcliffe instead of a full sell.
Well, I hear what you're saying. And out of context, Sarcasm City says they had to backtrack. If Qatar was selected, the leak would mean violation of the acquisition agreement. I don't know what the acquisition agreement is. I'm not even going to pretend to know. Book Clock says, I think they could, no, not that one. There was one. Oh, yeah, it was Elias. So from the same outlet, they backtracked. I like that. You know why I like the fact that they backtracked? Because like I stated yesterday, again, going back to the Doing the Most episode, his pops is a part of that. So it could be, I think there's steps in the right direction. I think someone just jumped the gun. I think if I was a betting man, I'd say somebody just jumped the gun. I was like, yeah, it's done. And his pops was like, whoa. What are you doing, man? Backtrack with that immediately. Relax. Like, let my son pattern this properly. Like, that's what it is. So I like the fact that somebody stated that, because somebody's put that in the newspaper for a reason. So I do like that. Yeah, go on, fam.
Even with the influence, even the valuation of the club, the fact that it's been gone to 5th bid. Yes, I understand that the Glazers want a weird evaluation of close to £6 billion when the club is valued at 3.4 billion. Yeah, I know you want to make profit, but if somebody's coming to you and tell you that, listen, I know you've got debts and you've got some situations where we have to, if we was to come in, we will have to invest in the squad and clear out your debt and invest into the stadium and the training facilities and the community around Manchester. How about I give you 5 billion and 1 billion I use it to invest and be debt free, you know, because you caused this mess. And you're telling me now I just want the 6 billion. What does that tell you about that person? The person's greedy.
Yeah,
because I will take the 5 billion because I know that whatever you're invested in, yeah, it's already a £6 billion investment. On top of that, 5 billion plus 1 billion. But you're telling me, nah, man, screw that, man. I want the whole 6 billion because I don't care about these fans. That's what it's telling me right now. So that's why I look at the Glazers like they're scum. They are scum.
I hear you. I hear
the devil in disguise.
But yeah, somebody, and you know what, Smile? It could be this. Somebody was mad excited and released it about a couple days early. Like, that's the thing is that, like I stated, why would you stay here if it's not done? Is it for click? Like, what is it? Like, who knows? Optimism around the Qatari bid is based partly on the feeling that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's proposal has proved complicated to thrash out after weeks of detailed talks, and that's from I Paper Sport. Obviously, for those that are new here, take everything you hear at Sarcasm CTV as rumor. Don't take it as gospel.
Pinch of
We're
salt.
just here reports with a pinch of salt. We're not no ITKs. That's Jack who has dropped that comment. Let's hope so. Like I said, all we can hope so. Again, it's just all hope that this deal gets done soon. Because reports did come out a few days ago before yesterday that it was either going to be Sheikh Jassim or Jim Ratcliffe. It was going to be one of the two. Like in regards to the deal is going to get done in the next few days. But who knows? And I think Alam hit the nail on the head when he said this a couple of weeks back. The Glazers don't know what they want. I don't think the Glazers know what they want. It seems it's just a ploy like, all right, let's just see how much we can get rather than we want X. Because if it was like, all right, we want X, then Sheikh Jassim could say, yes, I can match that. Or no, I can't. If they turn around and said, right, I want 6 billion, you know the price is 6 billion, or if they were like, we want 7 billion or 8 billion, that's what it is. But who knows? Yeah, man, it needs to, as soon as the keyword needs to happen ASAP. In an ideal world, Elias, yes, but this is why I didn't get gassed initially. When this all broke in, I think it was February. Was it initially? It got broke, and people in the chat were like, "Flawless, why you not gassed?" Blah blah blah. And Taz was like, "Yo, it's happening. Deadlines. Why you not gassed?" I look at us here in June. I'm still in the same position.
We was up for sale since in November, Flawless. November 2020.
Is it that long?
2022. It's been 7 months, bro. Like even the guy at Sky Sports is fed up with this whole thing, bro. That Dermish guy. There was one time he was completely fed up.
Was it November? Was it November?
Since November, early, like mid-November, before Christmas, fam. We thought Christmas came early.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And to one that you said Flawless, go on. You said Flawless Saeed is so fucking gas. Just watch his video. Of course he is, man. I know my Don Saeed like in it. Shout out to Saeed. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I know he's super gassed. I'm not gassed. I'm more optimistic than I was because of the reports. Because I'm hearing just more positive news now about Sheikh Jassim's bid. But I'm not gonna go all the way. I'm not gonna go the whole way and be like, yeah, it's done. Like I've said before, I'll say again. If it happens, I will be sat here for the entire week in the Arab attire, people. Like I said, I got the gown thing, I got the head wrap, I got the black thing you put around the head wrap, the whole nine. I need to find it.
I'm just waiting for the big dog to say, here we go, because
I've saw
yeah, bro. Like I know sometimes he's late, but I'd rather have late and accurate than early and inaccurate. Then you get me? Because that's what we've been getting. So until the big don himself says Qatar to Manchester United, here we go, I start celebrating. But till then, it's just a pinch of salt because one day it's Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe, as you said. The next day it's just him leading the race. We just don't know what's going on there, man. So yeah, we'll see, man. Let the timeline go on, and then we'll see what happens, man. But I hope it's who we want. Yeah. You know, we want the fan favorites, not the media's fan favorites.
Facts. We want Sheikh Jassim because Sir Jim Ratcliffe is willing to let the Glazers stay. I'm not with that at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, Black Diamond, there is a call in later. Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. people. 8:30 p.m. on the Twitch. So if you come to the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for the fan calling show, you will not find it. It's on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Link is underneath in the description. You download the Twitch app, very much like the YouTube app. Download the Twitch app for free. Sign up for free. And then you watch and comment the same way you do on YouTube on the Twitch. So make sure you go follow the Twitch, hit the notification bell as well. And it's the fan calling show, so it's open to everybody. So it doesn't matter if you're a regular here, doesn't matter if you're new, doesn't matter who you support. Just make sure you know what you want to talk about when you call in. Don't do a Ryan and just, I'm just calling in to call in. It's like, no one just don't want you to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a joke, man. So yeah, fan calling show, people. It's on the upcoming live stream schedule on the Twitch anyway, people. So yeah, feel free to call in, and that's to everyone. Whether you, like I said, you've called in before. We've had new callers as well. We've had new people calling. Matthew, Nero Knows Ball has called in. We had a guy from Finland last week. So yeah, that's what it is. Always looking to hear the thoughts of, like, obviously I chat to a lot you like every day in the comment section, but always good to hear from people. Always. One done says Qatar want the deal done quickly, but the Glazers are just fucking around. That's the Glazers for you, man. That's the Glazers for you. You lot get your final few questions in before me and Ivorian cut in the next 10, 15 minutes or so. Keep all your comments, all your questions. Manchester United related, please. Bump up the likes as well. We're at 70 likes. Girls up to 90 likes, people. Then we're looking for 20 more likes. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to Ivorian's channel as well. And again, if you do indeed super chat, we'll get straight to your comment or your question. Anything else you want to discuss, fam, that we may have not discussed?
Wow, I just come across this N'Golo's thing, but nothing Manchester United related. But back to again, Jermaine Frimpong as well. We've been linked to him.
Is he the fullback, right? He's the right back.
Fullback for Bayer Leverkusen, who's been doing well. I think he's got about 9 goals and 10 assists in the season. Jermaine Frimpong still remains one to watch for this summer, as his agent has met. Apparently, his agent has met with Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester United almost 2 months ago. We are interested in signing a new right back as well, although Diego Dallo has signed a new contract, and Wan-Bissaka, who's had a very good comeback in the second half of the season, which we would agree that we should keep him. Interesting to see whether Manchester United will go for that right back. But of course, I know, Flawless, you haven't really seen much of Jermaine Frimpong.
Nah, I've not.
But he's a fullback that can get forward as well and score goals apparently, and assist as well. So he's the fullback that we'll probably looking at in terms of the characteristics and what he has in terms of his game and the way he can play for Ten Hag. We'll see. But one interesting thing that I noticed, Flawless, you know, the day of the FA Cup final, which I don't think no one ever addressed. Well, what was Jurgen Timber doing at the FA Cup final at Wembley?
Maybe he just got a ticket and was like, let me pull up to the FA Cup final. Maybe it was that.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
I don't just turn up to anyone country and say,
if you got offered a free ticket, if you got offered a free ticket, you going. Say the French Federation right now hit you up next season and was like, yo, keep the France final. You pulling up. You going. 100% you going. Nice little trip to Paris, you going? Keep the France.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm going.
Copa del Rey final. If the Spanish FA was just like, here's a free ticket, Ivorian, you're going. He's not pulling up. Maybe it was that. I don't know.
I'm definitely pulling up if I got a free ticket and you're offering me this nice hospitality. But back to Frimpong. What's your thoughts on Frimpong? Have you seen him?
No, I've not watched. I've not seen him like that. But when I talk about like how you mentioned and how the chat, I always ask about profiles when I've not watched players. And people say he's pace and power, good on the ball, good going forward. I said gaming. That's where I'm at with it. We need how I look at the right back and left back situations is how I look at the goalkeeper. Go and sign somebody because we need a first choice right back. I like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He should be used. I've said this as a specialist. When we're going away from home and we're going to have less of the ball and the opposition has a great left winger, or we're just having less of the ball. So if we're going away to Anfield or we're going away to the Etihad or we're away at the Emirates, that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Same in the Champions League. If we're going away to Real Madrid, if we're going away to PSG, if we're going away to a Napoli, a Bayern Munich, and we're going to have less of the ball, that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He should, but if it's most teams where we should be on the ball more and it's more the impetus is more about going forward, it should be a Frimpong or whoever else. So yeah, with Frimpong, I like it. Like I said, pace and power, technically good on the ball, athletic, cool. Get him in. And I swear he scored goals as well when I looked. I swear he had something like 9. Let me double check that. I might actually check his goals. Let me have a look.
Which player?
I swear, yes, Frimpong. I swear he had goals.
9 goals and 10 assists, I think. Which is
Is
remarkable.
Is he a set piece taker?
I don't know. Someone needs to tell me. Does he take free kicks? Because that's the only reason how I can see him scoring that amount of goals, unless he's taking long range bangers like Roberto Carlos from 30 to 40 yard screamers. Yeah. I need to know. Like,
I got 8 goals. Man, I got 8 goals in the league and 1 goal in Europe. So it's kind of like, all right, what is he a set piece taker? He's not. He's just getting goals. Right.
He has to be some sort of set piece taker. But if he's getting goals, kudos to him. We want that at our club.
Yeah.
We want that.
100%, without doubt. He's basically a winger for Leverkusen the way he plays. So Jez is saying he's getting forward. He's he attacks a lot. I like that because we need more. Because we don't create enough. We don't score enough. So, and our fullbacks are also a problem. Obviously, there's other areas, but the fullbacks are also a problem. None of our fullbacks are great going forward. When I think about it, all our fullbacks.
There's an imbalance to our fullbacks, you know?
All our fullbacks are... Wait. Yeah, I would say all our fullbacks are better defensively than they are going forward. Maybe apart from Dalot. Maybe Dalot. And Dalot
there's a major...
Well, he's not great at either, but go on.
But there's a major imbalance when it comes to our fullbacks because, as you said before, rightly so, I'm of the belief that most of our fullbacks are probably better off defensively than offensively in terms of being involved in going forward as well. Dalot, you will say, maybe a little bit Malacio as he's got the technical attributes to actually do well going forward as well. And I think maybe when it comes to Malaysia, his weak aspect maybe is defending. But we don't have that balance at all when it comes to our fullbacks, you know. You look at Luke Shaw, he's great defensively. As well, going forward, he's not the best, in my opinion. I know he's got the best technique in terms of his passing ranges and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of committing himself, but the pace and power on the left-hand side, reaching the flank and the bay lines and crossing it in and whipping it in like it's a trap house, he don't do that really well. So we are in balance when it comes to that, you know. So if we have a player that is great, fantastic going forward, and we have a fullback on the other side that's fantastic defensively, then we have that balance and structure. So I'm with you on that, man. It's an area that we definitely need to look at. We definitely need to do that. If we're looking at putting Luke Shaw as a left centre back, then we need another fullback because Dalot can play left back, and we can still keep Aaron Wan-Bissaka and bring in Frimpong. Are you with that?
That's a step in that's a step in the right direction. We sign a right back and we have Frimpong, and then there's a Wan-Bissaka, and you got Dalot who can all play over there, and on the left you got Dalot who can play left back, you got Malassi, you got Shaw who can do a job. Even though I'd like a new left back, again, it's a step in the right direction. I do like that. Jez says Frimpong is a great player in my opinion. Only issue would be he's undersized compared to other fullbacks. A more attacking fullback than a balanced one. Also more used and in a three at the back as a wing back than in a four. Because I'm looking there, it said he's 5'7". However, if he's got Varane next to him, if he's got Kim Min-jae next to him, cool. Would I prefer him to be 6'1"? Yes, but like
no. But if you've got King Min-jae next to you and you've got a Varane or Lucha, you definitely in your mind you're 6 foot. But if you got a Maguire next 5'5", bro, because that guy makes you shit and exposes you. So there's a difference, you know. You know when you look, you can feel more confident.
Mike.
Sorry. Let me bring that back. You know how again you feel more confident when you're next to certain players. Like you feel invincible when you're next to a Casemiro. You feel invincible when you're next to a Varane or a Lucha, and he makes you feel 6 foot. But when you sit playing next to Maguire. And I think, you know what? I think the mic is probably my connection. If you're playing next to Maguire and Lindelof, you're gonna feel 5'7" or 5'5". Feel like you're not invincible. Feel like you can get touched anytime. Because why? They don't give you that confidence. And that's the thing about football. Your partners next to you when they're good, they give you that confidence. They make you feel invincible. So it's about the quality that's next to you. So forget his height. It means nothing. Most fullbacks are meant to be short anyway. Like, let's be the history of fullbacks.
You don't need to facts. No, you're right. You're right. And it's about being if he's him being 5'7", it's about
he needs to be quick,
competent in the air. Like I'm talking from a defensive standpoint, we'd say a centre forward who tries to peel to the back post, then he's got to be competent. He's got to position his body in certain ways so they don't get clean headers. To Ashford, who says, what if we change our formation to 3 at the back, playing a 5-3-2? It's definitely an option. With the players we have, it's definitely an option. 110%. Because we got enough centre backs. Add Kim Min-jae in the mix, that's 5 centre backs. So and you would need 6. So yeah, that's calm. Wing backs is probably you got Dalot who can play wing back. You got Wan-Bissaka who can play as a wing back. Obviously, much more defensive. Wan-Bissaka. You got Malassi who I think could be fine as a wing back as well. So that's where we would still be short. But yeah, if we wanted to, yeah, definitely, it's definitely an option. It depends on what Ten Hag wants to do. It depends. He may decide to change and go with that. You know what I'm saying? But we move. Let's see what else. See what else going on. Peter G here says window opens tomorrow, 14th. Fixtures released the 15th. Takeover announced 16th. Treble time. Hey, let's hope so, Peter G. Let's hope, you know what I'm saying, the window opens. We announce Kim Min-jae, Kylian Mbappe, and the ownership all at the same time. And then fixtures released. We get a nice, a nice, more favorable home fixture.
Yeah.
And then, hopefully the 16th is the ownership announcement. But
hopefully it's Luton Town at Old Trafford, not away, because I feel like if we our first game, it's long for us. I know what Sky Sports are doing in it. We know what they're trying to do in it. Our first game, Luton Town in that stadium, and we get trashed.
Yeah. Nah, hey, 110%. Let's see what else you lot say. I wanted to get something else as well. You lot stayed before we close out. Shit, I didn't even start it. Oh, yeah, someone said about, Ten Hag needs to play better football next season. I can't find the comment. Yeah, 110% he does. But I want more, forget better football. I want more productive football. I want more successful football. I want better results. I want more wins, less losses. I want less goals conceded, and I want more goals scored. I was creating more too. So I hear that about better football.
Again, better football comes with better players.
Facts.
It's true.
Facts. 110%. That is big facts.
Or players who are capable of playing your style.
Right.
You know, because you look at teams like Brighton, they don't have the best players, but they got players who are capable of playing
that style,
the Zerbi style. Yeah,
100%. I think that's it. I don't think we've anything else you want to discuss, Ivorian, that we haven't. I think
we've covered it all. We've covered yesterday's big news, today's big news as well, and yeah, pretty much everything else, and some transfers as well. So we covered it up, man. There's nothing out there right now, unless someone in the chat. There's something that's come out that we have not seen.
We missed. Yeah, if we've missed anything, let us know before we cut out. And before
I'm looking through my Twitter thread as well, and I'm not seeing anything apart from Al Hilal wants to sign David De Gea.
Is that a Saudi Arabian team? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Saudi Arabian team. That's coming out from MUFC Twitter account. So make sure you guys follow that as well. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing right now, Flawless. That's the only news that's come out in the last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. All right, Fez. So yeah, that's it. I think as I said, we've covered everything. Make sure you subscribe to Ivorian's channel. Link is in the title. Make sure whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, you hit the like button on the video here. Subscribe to the channel. Big up to everyone who's listening on the audio platforms as well. This show, people, and all the other shows are available on audio-only platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find Sarcasm City TV content. Because you may want to listen, like I always say, well, you might be cooking, might be cleaning, might be driving, might be at work, or you might just not want to have the YouTube app open, which is absolutely fine. So yeah, I will be updating that as well. Big up to Starlord and large up to everyone that's tuned in. Of course, this is just the start of content for the day on Sarcasm City TV. So we're back in just over 2 hours and a half on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch for the fan calling show. That's on the Twitch, people, Sarcasm City TV. So 8:30 p.m. that are taking all the fan calls. And then we're back here on the channel at midnight for the ManDem United, one of the ManDem United crossovers, the Manchester United Liverpool show. Myself and Saint discussing all things Manchester United, all things Liverpool. ManDem United podcast meets the analysis at Anfield podcast as well. And I'm sure from in between now and then, some news will break with Manchester United, and there'll probably be some Liverpool news that has broke as well. But Ivorian, talk to me. Anything else you want to add before we close out?
Yeah, man, big up to everyone that's tuning into another fantastic show as always, bruv. Sensational as well. You guys are all the best. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV as well on YouTube. Follow me on as well. Follow me on Twitch as well. I'm also on Twitch, and follow Red United TV's Instagram account, which is Red United TV 1. And if you want to personally follow me, Ivorian_Spice, as you see right there underneath the name and the title that's underneath me. But as always, man, love as always, and back again Tuesday. I hope next week, Tuesday, Flawless, there's some clarity with this takeover. But like I said earlier on, I doubt it. You know, we want to be partying. We want to be calling each other Habibi. How you doing, Habibi?
I will be here sat I will be sat in the tile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I want to make tea while we're live streaming, bro, right in front of you, doing all of this stuff. You get me? You get me? Now you get me, and then you'll call me Chic Spice. I'm gonna call you Chic Flawless, bro, for the rest of the summer. Do you get me?
Chic Flawless. All right, love to everyone that's locked in, and this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Peace.